All right, so get ready, because today we're diving deep into Geneva. Thinking about that first trip there, you're in for a real treat. We're going to go beyond the surface level stuff here.
What's cool about Geneva is it's more than just a visually appealing city. It's history, it's nature, and this really global feel all mixed together creates something special.
Okay, you got me hooked. So first things first, where is Geneva? Like, what comes to mind when you think about it?
Picture this: southwest Switzerland, between the Alps and Lake Geneva.
Stunning, right?
I can almost smell that mountain air. Sounds pretty idyllic, but I'm guessing there's more to it than just scenery.
Oh, absolutely. Geneva is a hub, global, not just for finance or diplomacy. It's international cooperation on a whole other level. A city where, well, the world tackles big issues together.
Wow, that's powerful. And speaking of the world coming together, how easy is it to actually get there?
You're in luck. Geneva International Airport. Super convenient, really close to the city, prefer trains, awesome connections from major European cities. Paris, Zurich, Milan, you name it. So no matter how you travel, Geneva's easy to reach. Let's talk landmarks, the ones that just scream Geneva.
You can't not mention the Jet d'eau. Basically, it's the symbol of Geneva, this giant fountain shooting water like 140 meters high.
I think pictures, it's impressive. What's the story? Was it always a landmark?
It's interesting, actually. It started as a safety valve back in 1886, part of a hydraulic power network, releasing pressure, and bam, the Jet d'eau. People loved it, became a symbol.
That's a cool fact. From utilitarian to graceful landmark. What else is a must-see?
Definitely the Palais des Nations. The UN's European headquarters. Stepping inside, it's like you get a glimpse into this world of diplomacy, guided tours, you see the Assembly Hall, even the Human Rights and Alliance of Civilizations room. Incredible artwork there.
Sounds like a history lover's dream. What about for those who are looking for something maybe a bit more spiritual?
St. Peter's Cathedral. Historic. 12th century. The mix of architecture is fascinating. Romanesque to Gothic. And the view from the towers, breathtaking. You gotta climb it.
Adding it to my list. A panorama of Geneva. From a historic cathedral, gotta do it. Speaking of breathtaking, we gotta talk about the lake.
Lake Geneva, or Lac Léman. It's the heart of Geneva. This vast, crystal clear water, the reflection of the Alps, it creates this incredible view.
So what's the best way to actually experience it?
Boat cruise. Scenic, you take in the views, and if you're lucky, even see Mont-Blanc, the highest peak in the Alps, off in the distance.
Wow, unforgettable. But are boat cruises the only way to enjoy the lake? I'm picturing walks along the water.
Of course not. The lakeside promenade, perfect for strolls, bike rides, charming parks and gardens along the way, picnics, sunshine, fresh air, feeling adventurous. Rent a paddle boat, a kayak. Explore at your own pace.
Geneva's checking all the boxes. Scenery, history, outdoor adventures. What about for museum lovers?
Oh, definitely. Geneva's got a great museum scene. For the watch enthusiasts, there's the Patek Philippe Museum, all about artistry and precision and luxury watchmaking.
Swiss watches are famous for their quality. What can you see there? Is it all about mechanics, or are there more to it?
It's so much more. They showcase the history. Antique pocket watches to modern masterpieces. Each piece has a story, innovation, artistry, intricate movements, enamel work, incredibly detailed engraving. It'll leave you in awe. Even if you're not a watch person, the beauty, the craftsmanship, it's captivating.
I'm seeing why Geneva is known for luxury and precision. It's the passion in every detail. What about art museums?
The Museum of Art and History, MAH, is a great choice. It's got a wonderfully diverse collection, centuries of art from different continents, medieval sculptures, Renaissance paintings, archaeological finds, contemporary installations, a real journey through art history.
There's something for every art lover. Anything specifically Genevan or Swiss?
The MAH does focus on Genevan and Swiss art. You get a feel for that local artistic heritage. It's a chance to discover artists and styles you might not know.
Love discovering those hidden gems, artistic expressions unique to a place. Any other museums you'd recommend?
There's one more, a bit more somber but important. The International Red Cross and Red Crescent Museum explores the history of humanitarian aid. A powerful reminder of our shared humanity, the importance of compassion.
Wow, that sounds moving. Okay, so after such powerful exhibits, we might need something a bit lighter. Shopping. What's the scene like in Geneva?
If luxury is your thing, Geneva is paradise. Rue du Rhône and Rue de la Croix d'Or. Designer boutiques, high-end clothing, exquisite jewelry.
Ooh la la, sounds dangerous for the wallet. What about more local finds?
For that, the local markets. Geneva's Old Town and Plain Palais. Unique souvenirs, handmade crafts, local stuff you won't find anywhere else.
I love that, the energy of local markets.
Yeah.
And what about those of us who like a good department store?
Absolutely. Manor and Globus. A wide variety of goods. A real one-stop shop.
Perfect. Now, after exploring and shopping, we got to eat. What culinary delights await us in Geneva?
When in Switzerland, right. You got to try the traditional stuff. Fondue, raclette, and resti. They're as heartwarming as the Swiss Alps.
They all sound amazing, but can you break it down for me? I want to be prepared to savor every bite.
Of course. So fondue, melted cheese, usually Gruyere or Emmental. In a pot, you dip bread into it. Fun, social, raclette, more cheese, a wheel, melted, scraped onto your plate, potatoes, pickles, onions. And resti, it's a crispy potato pancake. Side dish or a main course. Simple, but good.
My mouth is watering. Swiss food seems hearty and comforting. Any specific restaurants for these specialties?
Le Relais de l'Entrecôte. Fine dining, great steak and fries. Or restaurant Edelweiss, traditional setting, amazing fondue.
Noted. What if we're craving something besides Swiss food?
Geneva's culinary scene is diverse. French, Italian, Asian, you name it.
Good to know. What about after dinner? What's the nightlife like?
Geneva has a surprisingly lively nightlife, especially for a diplomatic hub. Plenty of bars and clubs, casual drinks or dancing, whatever you're looking for. Le Brasseur for craft beer, Leva à Montpied for live music. It's got a great atmosphere.
Sounds fun. You mentioned Geneva as a hub for events. What kind of events and festivals might make someone plan their trip around them?
Car enthusiast. The Geneva International Motor Show in March. One of the best, showcasing all the newest cars.
Ooh, I bet. All those new designs. What about for film fans?
The Geneva International Film Festival, November. Big event. Filmmakers, film lovers, you'll see all sorts of films.
Sounds great. Any events unique to Geneva? Celebrating the city itself?
The Fête de l'Escalade, December. Historical celebration, commemorating a key event in Geneva's past. Parades, reenactments. You really get a taste of the local culture and traditions.
Love that. Experiencing the heart and soul of the city. What about for those who like a good show?
Fireworks, July and August, over Lake Geneva. Magical, lights up the sky, creates unforgettable memories.
Sounds amazing. Anything for music lovers?
Jazz fan? The Geneva Jazz Festival in June. World-famous musicians. Diverse program, concerts across the city.
Okay, lots to see and do. Let's talk practical stuff. First trip to Geneva, what tips would you give?
Language. Don't worry too much. French is the main language, but German and English are widely spoken, especially for tourists.
Good to know. It's always nice to learn some basic phrases, though.
For sure. Currency is the Swiss franc. Easy to exchange.
Now, Switzerland's beautiful. But do I need to pack for all 4 seasons?
Not quite. Geneva's got a continental climate. Cold winters, mild summers. Just pack accordingly. Warm stuff for winter, lighter clothes for summer.
Got it. One last question. How safe is Geneva? I want to relax and not worry.
You're in luck. Geneva is very safe. Low crime rate.
Great to hear. We've covered a lot. Let's put it all together. A week-long trip, what would that look like?
All right, let's say you arrive on a Sunday.
I'm ready. Transport me to Geneva.
Day 1, arrival and a taste of Switzerland. Arrive, check into your hotel, settle in, then take a walk along Lake Geneva, get your first taste of the city.
Yeah.
In the evening, dinner at a traditional Swiss restaurant. Time for fondue, raclette, or resti.
Perfect start. What's next?
Day 2, exploring the heart of Geneva. Start your day in the Old Town. Cobblestone streets, historic buildings. Visit St. Peter's Cathedral. Climb the tower for those panoramic views. Then, the Jadot, get those pictures. Finish the day shopping at the local markets.
History, culture, and shopping. Day 3.
Day 3, a glimpse into global diplomacy and humanity. A day on the world stage. Start with the Palais des Nations, the UN headquarters. Learn about diplomacy. In the afternoon, the International Red Cross and Red Crescent Museum. A powerful experience. End the day with some fine dining.
Wow, a powerful day. What about day 4?
Day 4, cruising Lake Geneva and majestic views. All about the lake. A scenic boat cruise. Maybe you'll even see Mont-Blanc. Then, explore the lakeside promenade. Coffee or gelato with a lake view. Anyone.
Sounds incredible. Day 5.
Day 5, museum hopping and cultural delights. Exploring Geneva's cultural side. Choose a museum. Art lovers, head to the Museum of Art and History. Watch enthusiasts, the Patek Philippe Museum. Nature lovers, the Natural History Museum.
Options for everyone. Day 6. What does Geneva have in store for us? Hashtag TTS, the deep dive episode 2024-1102, part 2 of 3.
It's all about choices. You can tailor it to what you like.
Okay, I like that. Options.
Science person.
Yeah.
CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. Gotta go there. It's a chance to see the forefront of science. You get a glimpse into, the mysteries of the universe, guided tours, exhibitions. They make it all really interesting.
Wow, seeing where science happens. What if I'm more of an outdoors person?
Then explore the mountains, great hiking trails in the Salive Mountains not far from Geneva. The views, breathtaking. City, the lake, the Alps, fresh mountain air.
Okay, science or nature, got it. Last day in Geneva. How do we wrap up this amazing week?
Day 7, departure with lasting memories. A nice, slow breakfast. One last taste of Geneva. Maybe some last-minute shopping or revisiting your favorite spot. Then it's time to say goodbye to this fantastic city. You'll take those memories with you long after you leave.
I love this itinerary. So much to do. But I feel like there's even more to explore.
Oh, there is. This is just the beginning, a starting point. Your own Geneva adventure.
I like that. So how can someone make it their own?
Think about what you like. History buff, foodie, art, nature. Geneva has it all.
So if you love history, spend extra time in the Old Town.
Exactly. Foodie. Take a cooking class, learn to make those Swiss dishes, or a wine tasting pour in the nearby Lavaux vineyards.
Awesome ideas. What about nature lovers? What's beyond hiking?
Lake Geneva, so much to do. Swimming, kayaking, paddleboarding, even sailing. And the countryside, charming villages, vineyards. Explore.
That freedom of exploration is great. It's not just a plan. It's about discovery, right?
Right. And think about the season you visit. Geneva has a different feel in each one.
Oh, good point. Seasonal highlights we haven't talked about.
Spring, blossoms everywhere, the parks and gardens, wow. Colors, perfect for walks and picnics.
I can imagine. Flowers, warm breeze.
Summer, the lake's the place to be. Swimming, sunbathing, boating, just relax on the shore.
Perfect summer escape. Autumn.
Autumn in Geneva, magical. The leaves change colors, golds, reds, oranges, especially beautiful in the vineyards. Great for hiking.
I can picture it. Crisp air, leaves falling.
Winter, Geneva becomes this cozy wonderland, cafes, Christmas markets, and skiing in the Alps.
I'm convinced. Geneva any time of year. So the Jet d'eau, we talked about its beginnings, but what else makes it so iconic?
It's not just the height, the power, the elegance, the water. It creates this mist you can feel, and the way it dances in the sunlight, it's mesmerizing.
Cool mist on my face, watching the sun on the water.
A whole experience.
And at night with the lights, wow, a beacon in the sky, people gather, locals, tourists.
Seeing it at night, on my list, the Palais des Nations, UN headquarters, what's it like to visit?
Awe-inspiring. Walking those halls, you feel the history, the importance. The tours, they're really good.
What are the highlights?
The Assembly Hall, definitely. It's huge, where the UN General Assembly meets world leaders.
To stand in that space. The Human Rights and Alliance of Civilizations room is amazing, too. Beautiful, used for lots of events. The artwork, it's about peace, harmony, understanding.
Embodies the UN's ideals.
And the whole atmosphere, you feel the dedication. It reminds you of the power of international cooperation.
Inspiring to see that. People working together. St. Peter's Cathedral, more than just views, right?
St. Peter's Cathedral is like stepping into Geneva's history. You see details from different time periods.
The visual timeline of architecture. What should we look for?
The facade, 18th century, neoclassical, grand entrance. But don't just stay outside. Explore the chapels, each with its own story.
I can feel it, that sense of history. You mentioned excavations under the cathedral.
Underneath, there are Roman ruins. Layers of history. It's amazing. It means Geneva's story goes back way before the 12th century.
That sense of discovery, so cool. And those views from the tower.
Worth the climb.
Yeah.
Panoramic. You see the lake, the mountains.
I'll wear comfy shoes. Okay, so Lake Geneva. How do we experience it besides just looking?
Boat cruises, of course. But you can be more active.
Active? Tell me more.
Rent paddle boats, kayaks, sailboats. Explore on your own.
That sounds amazing.
And if you prefer land, the lakeside promenade. Walking, jogging, biking, or just sit and enjoy the view.
Sounds relaxing. Any spots along the promenade do you recommend?
The Jardin Anglais. Beautiful park right on the water. There's a flower clock, a bandstand, benches.
A flower clock? That's so cool.
Want something more lively? The Bain de Paquis. Swimming, sunbathing. It's a social spot.
Great suggestions. A week might not be enough. Okay, museums. The Patek Philippe Museum. What makes it special for watch lovers?
It's a journey through time, literally. You see the evolution of watches from the very beginning.
To not just for collectors, but for anyone interested in the history.
Right. The antique pocket watches, some from the 16th century, they're not just pretty, they show you how technology and art have changed.
Amazing craftsmanship.
And wristwatches, clocks, musical automata, precious stones, enamel, engravings. The skill of the watchmakers, it's incredible.
Beautiful. The Museum of Art and History. Any must-see exhibits.
The Museum of Art and History, it covers a lot. From ancient artifacts to contemporary art.
Wow, so diverse. Where to begin?
The medieval and Renaissance art is amazing. Paintings, sculptures, tapestries. You really see how art and religion were connected.
The colors, the details.
And for modern art fans, there's a great collection from the 19th and 20th centuries. Impressionist, post-impressionist, modernist.
A little something for everyone.
They also have archaeological artifacts, decorative arts, and ethnographic objects. It shows you how global Geneva is.
You could spend all day there. Okay, the International Red Cross and Red Crescent Museum, it sounds impactful.
It is. It takes you through the history of humanitarian aid. From the 1800s to today, it's about compassion, bravery, resilience.
Sounds inspiring.
It is. They use interactive exhibits, videos, personal stories. You learn about the work of aid workers, the impact of war, and the efforts to help people.
To see the impact of kindness, it must be amazing.
And the museum doesn't shy away from the hard stuff, the challenges, the successes, the ethical questions, the need for everyone to work together.
Sounds like it stays with you. Okay, back to shopping. We know Geneva is great for shopping. Specifics.
Luxury. Rue du Rhône. Top designers, Chanel, Hermes, Cartier, Rolex, you name it.
The ultimate shopping spree. But what about something more unique, maybe easier on the wallet?
The Old Town. So many interesting shops, boutiques, antique shops, art galleries, vintage clothes, handmade jewelry, cool home decor.
I love that idea, wandering and finding treasures.
And for the more traditional shopping experience, there's Manor and Globus, department stores, everything you need.
Perfect. Shopaholics, antique hunters, they'll all be happy. Now we shopped, we're hungry. More about Geneva's food scene.
Fondue, raclette, rusty, those are the classics. But there's so much more.
Culinary adventure time.
One of my favorites is l'anjol. It's a sausage, pork, fennel, white wine, usually grilled, with potatoes or lentils.
Sounds so good.
For dessert, Swiss chocolate, so many chocolatiers in Geneva, amazing handmade chocolates.
Can't skip the chocolate. Anything else unique about the food here?
Lake Geneva, fresh fish. Filet de perche, a white fish. Pan-fried, lemon butter sauce.
Elegant and delicious.
And the wine. Geneva is surrounded by vineyards. Try a glass of chasselas, a white wine that goes well with fish or cheese.
My foodie list is getting long. Okay, after dinner, nightlife. What's the vibe?
Geneva's got it all. Quiet and sophisticated or dancing all night. Pubs, cocktail bars, live music, nightclubs.
Sounds like a good time. Which areas are good for nightlife?
Start in the Pakis district. Lively, lots of different cultures, tons of bars and restaurants.
Sounds fun, lots of energy. What if I want something more relaxed?
Then the Plain Palais district. It's more artsy, a mix of places, relaxed, bohemian vibe.
Great options. Okay, events and festivals. We've mentioned a few. Anything else we should know about?
Geneva's got something happening all the time.
Any hidden gems in the events calendar?
Music lover. The Geneva Music Festival every summer. All kinds of music, classical, jazz, world music, concerts all over the city.
Sounds amazing.
Contemporary art fan. The Biennale de l'Image en Mouvement. It's a video art and experimental film festival every 2 years. Screenings, installations, performances.
So much variety. Anything specific to Geneva?
The Fête de l'Escalade, we talked about it. It's in December, celebrates a victory from 1602. Parades, reenactments, food, drinks. It's a lot of fun.
Sounds like stepping back in time.
And there's the Geneva Festival in August. It's huge. Live music, food, rides, fireworks over the lake.
The perfect summer festival. Okay, so we know what to do, but what's it like to live in Geneva?
Geneva's a great place to live. Clean, safe, efficient, very international, people from all over. And with the international organizations and businesses, it feels very connected to the world.
Buzzing with energy. What about the pace of life? Is it always busy?
Geneva is busy, but not crazy like some other cities. People balance work and life. There are green spaces, parks, the lake, and it's easy to get around on foot, very walkable. Plus, the public transport is great.
The best of both worlds. Any advice for first-time visitors?
It's expensive. Switzerland in general is expensive, so be ready for that.
Any ways to save money without missing out?
The markets and grocery stores are great for food. Fresh, local, affordable. And for getting around, the Geneva transport card. unlimited public transport.
Good tips. Any others for navigating the city?
Learn some French. A lot of people speak English, but it's always appreciated.
Showing respect for the culture.
And pack for all kinds of weather. It can change quickly.
Okay, good to know. Anything else?
Be mindful of Swiss customs. Be on time. Be respectful. No loud talking on public transport. Don't interrupt people.
Good to be aware of that. Any hidden gems you'd recommend? Off the beaten path stuff?
The botanical garden is lovely. So peaceful, right in the city. And for something more active, hike in the Salive Mountains.
Adding those to my list. I feel like we've just scratched the surface.
Geneva has so much to offer. There's always something new.
I can't wait to go. Thank you so much for all this information.
It's been a pleasure. Have a wonderful time exploring Geneva.
I will. And to our listeners, stay tuned for the last part of our Geneva deep dive. Hashtag TTS, the deep dive episode 2024-1102, part 3 of 3. Welcome back. We've covered a lot about Geneva, the landmarks, the food, the history. But now, let's talk about what makes it really special, that international vibe.
That's what sets Geneva apart. It's not just about the organizations. It's a feeling you get in the city.
So what's it like walking around Geneva?
You'll hear so many languages. French, of course, but then Mandarin, Spanish, Arabic. It's a mix of everything.
I love that. Not just seeing the institutions, but feeling the global energy.
Exactly. And it's in the restaurants, the shops, the museums, everywhere. Ethiopian food for lunch, Japanese art in the afternoon, a Brazilian dance performance at night. The world in one city.
My travel bug is kicking in. Does this global mix affect the city's vibe?
Definitely. Geneva's open and tolerant. People are used to different cultures. There's a real curiosity and respect.
That's so important when you travel, feeling welcome.
Geneva does that well. It embraces its cosmopolitan side.
Speaking of embracing the world, we can't forget CERN. A global particle physics lab. That's not something you see every day.
It's like a glimpse into the future. Huge detectors, complicated machines, scientists from everywhere working together.
Must be exciting. Can anyone visit?
Yes. They have tours and exhibitions. They explain it all so anyone can understand. Particle physics, the Large Hadron Collider, the universe.
Wow, onto the list it goes. What about the University of Geneva? Does it add to that international feeling?
Of course. It's famous. Students and scholars from everywhere. Academic excellence, cultural exchange. Geneva's all about knowledge and innovation.
So even in academia, that global perspective is there.
Yes. And this international influence, it goes beyond science or school. It's in the economy, the culture, everyday life, the languages, the food, the festivals. Geneva is cosmopolitan.
It's amazing how Geneva's history has shaped it. From a medieval city to a center of the Reformation, now a hub for diplomacy and helping others. Always at the crossroads.
It's true. And that history is still shaping Geneva today. Progress and innovation, but always with peace, neutrality, and global cooperation.
I'm seeing why Geneva is more than just a pretty city. It has depth, a purpose.
It has something for everyone. History, culture, nature, science, food, or just that international feeling.
That's why people love to visit. It's not just the sights, it's feeling like you're part of something bigger.
Exactly. It's not just a tourist spot. It's a little world. You can learn so much, meet people, leave feeling inspired.
So what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from this deep dive?
Go beyond the tourist stuff and feel that international spirit. Talk to people, try different foods, go to events, embrace the diversity. That's where the magic of Geneva is.
Well said. Geneva is waiting, not just to be seen, but to be experienced with an open heart and mind.
Pack your bags, be open to new things. Geneva will capture your heart.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you're feeling inspired to experience Geneva for yourself. Until next time, happy travels.